If you're new here, welcome to my Flosstube channel, The Sleepy Stitcher. My name is Lacey. This is my channel where I talk about all of the cross stitch things, and I am mostly a full coverage stitcher, but I do have a few non-full coverage pieces spread out among my full coverage things, and lately I've really been trying to focus on at least one of those a week along with my full coverage so that I can, get some more of those small victories and see some finishes and actually get some things up on my walls. So I'm really excited about that. Today is Saturday, August the 30th, and this is Flosstube number 27. And it's a very exciting Flosstube. I feel like I say that every time, but every time is exciting. I have news and things going on every time, and it's really awesome. But today is special because I rarely have things finished, and today I have two things finished. One is cross stitch and one is on the crochet end of things, but it's a fully finished, and I have a new start and some whips and a fun giveaway at the end. And I did skip a week for the giveaways last week, but I do have a very exciting full coverage pattern giveaway opportunity at the end of this video. So I'm going to hop right into things. First, I want to show you, I think it was last week that I showed you guys my finish. It might have been 2 weeks ago, I'm not sure. But typically when I do finish things, on the rare occasion, it gets put into a bag or a box and it gets forgotten about, and that's very sad. And I did not want that to happen with this project because I'm very much in love with it. So I didn't let that happen. And I'm so excited to show you guys my fully finished Mercy and Grace. I am so happy. That kind of blends in a little bit with my bed back here. So I'll pop it up so you guys can see the frame. I love this frame because the wood, I just felt like it really worked well with the crosses here. And this is so exciting. This makes me so happy. So this is Mercy and Grace by Sweet Wings Studio, if you're wondering. And the fabric that I stitched it on is Lavender Mist by Fiberlicious. I want to say it's 32 count, 2/1. I did this one with DMC threads, and the frame is from Hobby Lobby. Yay, I'm fully finished. So I do already have this up in my house. So I've moved a couple of things around. I do want to ask, for people who frame their own things, if I'm going to do like a gift or something, I will have it professionally framed. But so with the board, with like the mat board, I do the pinning method, and that works pretty good for me. So I pin it, and then when I put it in the frame, it's so thick that I can't put like the whatever you call it on the back of the frame that you normally put in to hold your picture in, because the board is so thick. I don't even have the glass in here, and it's still too thick. I don't really want to show you guys the back because it looks bad, but I'm going to anyways. So I just have it. I mean, it's still literally just like this. I need to take this down. So what do you guys do to like cover the back, or is there a special kind of frame that you get that has more room? Because I've got to get that figured out. You can't see. I have this sitting up on a shelf in my house and kind of leaning, and no one can see it. So if it's like just for me, I don't mind so much. But yeah, I'm curious how you guys handle that. So if you are a professional at-home framer, let me know how you guys handle that, how you take care of the backs, because mine need work. Okay, so I got that framed, and then I started just working on my wheel, and it's so funny. So my wheel spun, everything was like in increasing order. My wheel spun all projects that were tent stitch, and I worked on them based on counts. I worked on a 25 count project, and then a 28, and then a 32, and the only one left is my 40 count. So it was like little, like practice, little steps, like working my way up to the 40 count. So the first thing I pulled out is my new start, and I showed this last week. I told you guys I was going to start it soon, and when I stopped filming, I think I was stitching it 20 minutes later. I'm not even going to lie. This is Mini Ye Olde Kitchen, and this is by Ciro Marchetti, and it's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and it is amazing, and I love it. And I'll pop it up. So here is where I got to. It looks so good. The shading and stuff right here, I can tell the wall's going to look like really nice. You never know with a mini. You know, it can be kind of concerning how good it's going to look. But I had already seen Leanne Small Town Stitches is working on this. She actually just restarted hers, but she had like a couple of pages done. So I saw hers and I knew it was going to look good. How much work did we put on this? Let's see. I put in 1,311 stitches, and that got me to 1.78%. It's so funny. I do this every time I start a new project, especially like a smaller one, because I just stitched on this, you know, for like a day or two, and I got, well, no, it was definitely 2 days, but I got 1.78%, and it's fast because it's a mini, and I'm doing tent stitch, and my brain's like, if I stitched on this and only this, I could have it finished in this amount of time, or if I would work on this every single day and make it my focus piece, it could get finished. And I do that with every project, especially the small ones that I pull out. And I'm like, why do you keep saying that? Because you're not going to do that. You're not going to work on one project every single day. And anyways, that's just, for some reason, my brain just goes there. Okay. And then I technically did have a daily 30 this week, but it only got worked on, I think, 3 days. And one of those days I had to frog twice. And it was not a good time. I'm going to pop it up here anyways. This is Shannon Kirstine Designs, Home of the Free. Yeah, Home of the Free. And I'm stitching it 2/2 on 28 count with DMC on Country French Cafe Mocha linen. Not wonderful linen. I can see how I can stitch on linen, and I might even like to, but I just don't prefer this piece, which is fine. It's fine. I'm not even sure where it came from. But here's where it was before and where it is now. As you can see, not a ton of progress, but with it being a non-full coverage piece, you can still see the progress, so that's nice. I only put in 282 stitches. It has a total of 2,815, and that is 47.22%. So yeah, if I had only put 300 stitches, less than 300, into one of my full coverage projects, you would have a really hard time seeing where I even stitched. So with it being non-full coverage and the fact that you can actually see here is the reason I don't mind showing it. Yeah, so when we get into the life, I'll talk a little bit about why that didn't really get worked on, because things were just a little weird for me this week. I had some unexpected things pop up. Nothing bad, but just unexpected. Just changed my plans up a little. So then my wheel spun Squirtle. I think this might be called Color Splash Squirtle, Color Splash, something like that. It's by Tilton Crafts, but it is a limited edition, and that time is over. So unfortunately, you can no longer get this pattern. But here is where I was before. This one I'm stitching 2/110 on 28 count. And you'll notice so many of my projects are on different counts, and I'm stitching them different ways. I've really been trying to experiment with fabric counts and, you know, tent stitch and full cross and how many threads, just to figure out, you know, what I like, what makes me happy. And I'm getting there. I have a good idea now of what I really like and some of the things I don't. I have a couple more things I want to test out, you know, a little more research and development in the works, but I'm getting there. All right, so here's where it was before, and here's where it is now. That looks good. If I've said it once, I've probably said it 100 times, but one of the reasons I love filming and doing Flosstube is because even when I hold this back and look and I'm like, okay, yeah, you know, that looks pretty good, but you show it on camera and it's different. You get a different view of it. Like, I can really just see the picture and I can see how it looks. I don't know. I'm so excited. This looks so good. Okay, focus, Lacey. Stats, focus. I put in 1,012 stitches on this. It has a total now of 2,029, and it is at 3.1%. So yeah, a little 3% milestone on this guy. Now this one is charted fully, like everything. When we pop the picture back up, it's charted. All that white is charted, and I marked all of that off, and that's like half of the project. So I have to do some math on the stats. So if the stats are a little off, well, no one will really know. I don't know. No one knows. That looks good. I'm excited. Love that. All right, and then next, as we move up in the fabric counts, we have a 32 count project, 1/110, and this is Magic Forest Lights. I'm going to pop it up here. This is by Stitches So Beautiful, and this was the reward chart for participating in their January challenge, which is the first challenge I ever participated in. And I've participated in all of them except for, I think, one, maybe two, and that's when I was moving back to the States from Japan, and I just barely was doing anything other than surviving life. But here is where that one was and where it is now. This one got 1,002 stitches. It's at 4,925. Yes, that bothers me a little bit. I could have gotten it to 5,000, but I had a lot going on. So as soon as I hit 1,000 stitches, I was like, all right, gotta stop. Life is busy. Life comes first. And it's at 3.08%. So another one up at 3%. We're getting some things going here. I feel like all of these projects looked like little dots or little just nothings not that long ago, and they're starting to come to life. They're starting to look like things. You can see starting to get some green up here in this one. This tree looks so good. I love it so much. Good stuff. Okay, that was the last cross stitch project I worked on. So the next one is my 40 count. It's left on the wheel. I was really hoping to get it done this week, and I would have if not for life and things, which I'll talk about in a minute. But with that being the Stitches So Beautiful pattern, I'll go ahead and do the giveaway because it is a Stitches So Beautiful giveaway. So if you were here a few weeks ago, I did a giveaway where if you won, you could go to Stitches So Beautiful's Etsy and look at any chart by one particular artist and choose your own chart. So there's another artist that, you know, Valerie just wanted to get out there and she wants people to see, and can't blame her. Again, gorgeous work. And her name is Anna Diaz. And I'll pop it up right down here so that if you want to go to the Etsy shop and look, you can, and you definitely should. Here are some of her things. Gorgeous work. So if you're interested, hold on one second. So if you're interested in winning a pattern of your choice by this artist, then in the comments, just leave the word beauty, B-E-A-U-T-Y, because she charts some beauties. She really does, or she does, creates some beauties. I mean, Valerie charts beauties as well, but B-E-A-U-T-Y, beauty. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to let this run for 2 weeks. So in my next video, don't quote me. I'm not 100% sure. I might film next week and be like, oh, here's the giveaway winner. I might let it run 2 weeks. I haven't really decided yet. I'm used to filming every 2 weeks, so I would just announce the winner in my next video. With me filming weekly, I kind of feel like I should, you know, wait, but at the same time, I don't want anyone to forget. And I'm overthinking things. Don't worry about it. Just watch the next video and see what I decide, I suppose. But I think right now I'm leaning towards going for 2 weeks. So leave the word beauty if you would like to be entered into that. And then my other finish, a little crochet, it was a start and a finish. So I'll just go ahead and show it to you. This is a little lovey I made, a little bear lovey for my husband's niece. She's having a baby here just in a couple of weeks. So I wanted to make this for her. I wasn't sure if I would be able to in like a week because we are traveling tonight down to Alabama to see family. And I just started it after I filmed last time, but I did finish it. I started and finished it because I was in the car for a long time. We had a very long road trip. Well, not very long, but like long enough. And so I got this pretty much started and mostly finished on that trip. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to give her this. I'm terrible at sewing faces. Sewing faces stresses me out. Pretty sure this is my first bow. I think it's lopsided. My husband said it's perfect, but of course, you know, of course he's going to say that. But I'm happy with it. I think she's going to be happy with it. I'm glad I got to do that. And I did get, as far as like haul goes, it's not really haul. I got some thread. I ordered one specialty floss to start this project here. This is Strong and Courageous by Sweet Wing Studio also. And I didn't want to do about half of the colors in this are charted in Fancy Floss, and I didn't want to do all of them in Fancy Floss, but that middle mountain there, I really feel like it needed it. I love the variegation on it, and I wanted the floss for that. So I ordered it. That just came in. I need to do a floss toss and like pull out my fabric and make some decisions about that. And once I do that, I can get started on it. I would love to do that today, but considering we're leaving tonight and my to-do list is like a mile long, and instead of working on that, I'm sitting here filming a floss tube right now that I still have to edit and upload. I probably won't get that done, but that's okay. We're only going to be gone. We're going to be gone all day Sunday, and then most of the day Monday, and we'll come back Monday night. So anyways, so lifey type stuff. I'm just gonna go books and shows. I'm gonna like fly through that because we watched a little bit more Blind Spot. I'm still watching Bachelor in Paradise. I still have feelings about that. They haven't really changed. And then I started the Housemaid series books by Frida McFadden, but I haven't even finished the first one. So that's my tiny books and shows because life. So if you don't like to stay for the life, if you don't want to hear my ramblings, that's fine. Hopefully, I will see you guys next week, next Saturday, and I hope you have a wonderful, stitchy weekend. And for those that are interested, so my husband normally has random days off work. So he'll have Monday, Thursday, or he'll have, whatever. And this week he had Wednesday, Thursday, so two together. And my husband's adventurous. He is spontaneous. He likes to be out of the house all the time. He likes to be doing things. And I am an introvert and I like to plan out every detail of everything. And I'm a bit of a worrier and I like to be home in comfy clothes, stitching, and just that's what I like. So, but he always pulls me out of my comfort zone. And it's good for me. It really is. But we were talking on Tuesday as he was getting ready to go to work, and he's like, "What are we going to do on my 2 days off?" And I'm like, "I don't know, it's only 2 days. We could do this, we could do this." Well, we've been wanting to go see the Creation Museum and the Ark in northern Kentucky. And that is a 4.5 hour drive from where we live. And he decides that we can do that in 2 days. And not only can we do that in 2 days, like this is Tuesday and he wants to go Wednesday. So he was just like, "Oh, we should do that. Book a hotel today. Claire's not going to school tomorrow. Tell her teacher she can make up her work later. Pack a bag and we will get up early tomorrow and leave." And we did. We woke up early. We drove 4.5 hours to our hotel. And then we checked in, drove to the Creation Museum, spent the second half of the day there, slept, woke up, went to the Ark, and we were only supposed to stay there like half the day and then drive home, but it was amazing and there was so much to see. There was a beautiful concert with Christian music. There was a speaker, Ken Ham. I think his name is Ken Ham. It could be Keith. It starts with a K, but he's the CEO of Answers in Genesis and of, the people who created the Ark and whatnot. He was speaking and we were just sitting there, like sitting under the Word of God, listening, to his teaching. And finally we're like, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We have to leave. So we left, we got home. It was like almost midnight and we had to just go to sleep. And then my husband had work the next day. My daughter had school. So that was wild. I did all of the unpacking of our suitcase yesterday and got most of the laundry done. And today I have to repack for another short trip, though. It's a short trip. We're driving down tonight when my husband gets off work. He usually gets off at 9, but his boss is probably going to let him off an hour or two early since we have the drive to make. We'll drive down to Alabama and spend the night. Tomorrow morning we'll go to church. And then we'll go to a birthday party, which his family loves to combine gatherings. Like when they do family get-togethers to combine the reason. So it's like for his birthday, which is coming up this week, and then his sister's birthday, and then maybe a couple of other birthdays. So we'll have that celebration. And then I'll go visit my family a little. And his mom asked him what he wanted for his birthday, and he said a date with my wife, which, okay, very sweet. Back in Japan, we had like our church family and stuff that we were really close with. And one couple in particular, we would take turns watching each other's kids for date nights because it's important. It's very important when you're married to spend time together alone without your kids and just be intentional with that. And we haven't had a date since we left Japan in April. We probably didn't have one in April. So it's been a while. And so, yeah, that's what he asked for. So on Monday, she's going to watch our kids and we're just going to go have a little date. I don't know what we're going to do yet. We'll definitely go eat. We're foodies. We love food. And then we'll do some kind of activity. So that's very exciting. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything else. I knew this trip was coming up. The other one was super spontaneous. That's why I had less stitching than I normally do, but I had more crocheting than I normally do. So things almost even out. And it was fun, and we made memories that I'll never forget. Um, okay, I think that's it. Sorry if you guys feel like I'm rushing. I feel like I'm doing everything in like fast mode right now because so many things are happening. But I am going to get off of here. I'm going to edit and upload this, and then I'm going to start packing and get ready for another short little trip. So I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys next Saturday.